All right, let me splash some coffee into my cup. It's already made. Give me 1 minute. Well, I guess it is 7:59, so I'm 1 minute early. Anyway, so I'll see you at 8. BRB. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Overwatch. Huh? You watching the markets? All right. All right. That's good. That's good. Good transition. That one, we nailed it, huh? High flying, death defying, 360 slam dunk, nothing but net. It's the shoes. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance because trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. Good to see ya. What do you want to do today? The markets are closed. Uh-oh. Banks are closed. Stock markets are closed, commodity markets, futures, options, the entire United States government, which is more than a couple of million people that don't want to work in an office. Yeah, well, you're out. Elon's going to get you. All right, so anyways, oh my goodness. Bitcoin still struggling. Okay, I had to get out of that yesterday, took a slap across the face, but I think I got out at, I think it was 95K. So, you know what? Could always be worse. Dixie still at 109.59. Like, look, everything's flat. What do you expect? Okay, markets are closed. So, this is probably going to be a 15-minute live stream. What are we going to talk about if everything's closed? Now, I already went through this with the fundamental analytics team over at traders.com. Okay. And so if you were a member, you would go to coaching and you come to the webinar section. And the recording is here. Okay. TRADARS guy. Oh, I am. Anyways, so we'll leave it at that. The second thing I want to point you to is the 2025 annual outlook is now available. And when you click on the announcement, there it is. And there's the link. And if you have access to it, you come to this page. And there's the presentation room that we did the event in. And here is the recording. And when you click on it, it is beautiful. Is Trump going to bomb us? And I said, anyways, yeah, you do, dude, it's nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It was pretty good. Now, if you could give me some feedback for those that attended or watched the recording since then, right? From yesterday. If you can, would you allow me to use your first name and you say something nice about it? Like if you're like, my name's Jim and I thought it was incredibly informative. Something like that. Amazing detail. Very, very helpful. That kind of stuff. I'd like to include that in one last email to people that didn't attend, to let them know that they could watch the recording and you guys thought it was worth at least $51 worth of value. Yeah. So it'd be nice if just kind of like, okay. And by the way, if you were let down, you're like, huh, that wasn't that good. Please let me know because I thought about it for a very long time and didn't struggle with the information. I struggled with the way to present it and the format of doing so. And I have many different iterations that I didn't use. And so I chose the one I thought was best for this scenario, not just as an outlook, but as an education. And so if you're like, dude, I didn't get it, or dude, it was incoherent, or, you know, it didn't make sense to me or something, you're like, or it just seemed lousy to you, please let me know as well, okay? Wayne@tradars.com. Okay? I'd appreciate that. But look at how wonderful detail this is, right? We go month by month over the course of years, right? So anyways. Yeah, so anyways. So that happened. That's in play. That's real. So now we're analyzing, and you're going to get a lot more of these Gartley type patterns. Remember, we didn't see very many yesterday. But now that we're in a period of no trend, meaning there's no volume and volatility relative to normality, you're going to get odd patterns like, well, butterflies, which are really, to me, it's the difference between time frames, right? Like there's a situation in which a higher low, higher high is actually a sell. Right on, Lucas. Thank you. See, I appreciate that. Like that would be a great quote. You know, if you would let me use that, please email me. But, you know, I respect you a lot, Lucas, and I hope you know that. And so, good, because I worry, I don't want to let you guys down, right? So good. That makes me feel good. Yeah, but email me just that, exactly what you just said. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. Yeah, sort of like in writing kind of thing, right? That's all it is, just an email. Yeah. That's it. You're just like, it was so informative, I need to watch it again just to soak it all up, Lucas. That's it, right? Yeah. So anyway, I don't recommend trading the market today. My fear is finding something to do because we're bored. Yeah. Yeah. That's dangerous, right? Trading because you're bored. Well, there's nothing else to do, right? So anyways, so this is turning all the patterns on that I don't really want to see. So I like to just look at trends. The basic patterns. Okay? Which is funny. But, in my experience through life, there are many things that have taught me personally, right or wrong, at least it's my interpretation of my life experience. But I've been taught, and usually the hard way, I've been taught over and over and over and over and over and over and over again that smart people like simplicity and less smart people like complexity. Complexity always seems to be the unnecessary challenge. This was exceptionally true as a venture capitalist. I saw many opportunities for investment, and complexity always ruined the opportunity. It increases cost, it increases maintenance, it increases probability of breakage, it increases so much. It's unnecessary. And I would rather I'm not anti-Gartley patterns. I don't want to come across that. But let's say I would rather just look for trend trades. But see, this is what I've been doing for so long. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying it's me. The sum of all of my parts. That sounded terrible. And you should see. No. Anyways, I prefer, as a macroeconomist, to trade in the direction of fundamental biases. And I confirm the opportunities in front of me using technical analysis. This is why in 2006 I started writing a book called Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading. So this goes back well over 20 years, if you think about it, because before I wrote the book, I already had this opinion. So for really forever, I always started with fundamental bias, or any bias. Dude, I don't care how you get a bias, have an opinion. If you don't have an opinion, what are we going to talk about? Okay? And then I would use technical analysis to confirm or deny the opportunities in that direction. And so I can go through and USD CAD up. Am I cool with that? Yeah. Is it trending up? Yeah, on the hourly chart. Is that an opportunity 5 hours ago? It is. Is it going up now? Yes, it is. Good. There's no opinion there. Okay. So that's just how the Wayne do. So, do I want to sell Pig Dog? Yeah, I'm okay with that. Is it trending up or down? Well, I want to sell it. And on the hourly chart, it looks like an opportunity to sell. Yeah. So weakness, opportunity. Cool. I would have to pay for that a licensing fee, I imagine, Derek. So my voices cost a pretty reasonable amount of money. I don't know, hundreds of dollars, right? To get voices. Now, if I'm going to license Snoop Dogg, I would have to pay on top of that. But just think of it this way. Every headline that is read to you costs me money. The sad thing is it's running right now, but not on YouTube, and it's still costing me money. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll see if I can get to that today. Okay. So anyway, yeah, okay. Do I want to sell Kiwi? Yeah, sure. That's good. Okay. On the daily chart, is it rising or falling? Oh, it's falling. Technically speaking, it's not an opinion. My opinion is I'd like to sell Kiwi, and my opinion is I'd like to buy dollar. My opinion is based on the comparative analysis of macroeconomic data between the two economies. So I'm like, yeah, based on that, we have a score, and the score says down, so I'm a bear. Then I go to the charts and I say, hey, technical radar, chart radar. Kiwi dollar, is it up or down on the daily? It's down. It's a channel. Oh, cool. And 13 hours ago, this was confirmed. Okay, what happened? We went from the bottom of the channel to the up of the channel, and you got a heads up. Hey, if you're a bear, there's an opportunity. Oh, I am a bear. Thank you very much. And it's now down. So that was weakness. It gave you an opportunity, and it fit my fundamental bias. That was a trade. That's very tradable. Isn't that cool? But I love the fact these are not signals. If you're not a bear, then this is irrelevant. Okay, here's a great irrelevant setup. The next leg of USD Swiss franc is down. Is that going to happen? Nobody knows. Maybe we just ride the moving average, okay? But if this pattern continues, which it may or may not, you're going to get something similar to what happened here. So does the down arrow mean sell? No. The down arrow says if this pattern continues, the next leg is down to support. So that's a threat to bulls. What about bears? Do bears sell this? No. Why? Bears do not sell up channels. Only pigs sell up channels. Bulls don't sell up channels. Bears don't sell up channels, but a pig would. And pigs get slaughtered. So it's profit taking, y'all. So if bulls take some profit, it'll drop back to the psych level, and then that would be also a price action, and it'll probably be a pivot point, and there'll probably be lots of things. But just based on our pattern recognition radar, if it dropped down to the dotted yellow line, that's probably an opportunity to buy the dip because you're a technical trend trader with a fundamental bias of up. Am I okay? Is my fundamental bias up for USD Swiss franc? Yes. The arrow's down. Oh, So we have an uptrend, which is great. I'm fundamentally bullish, which is great, but this is a threat to me right now. So maybe I'll pick it up around 0.9. Oh, you mean 0.9000? Yeah, good enough for the girls I go with. Dude, this is amazing. Okay, is it starting to click yet? I know some of you are harder to warm over than others, but I hope you're starting to like get it. Like, oh my gosh, you can radically change the way you trade. Turn off the amateur and turn on the professional. That's my goal. I want you to think and act and trade like an institutional trader. You're just as informed as a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund, and you're out in the world competing with them in mini lots. Sweet. Sweet. You can take bananas from that 800-pound gorilla. It won't even notice. There's plenty of money out there for you. Now imagine your track record of success over the next few years. Then you'll be able to get opium, other people's money. Hey? And then actually be a pro. Well, you're not going to be a pro if you don't trade like a pro. Oh, well, my prop fund. Uh-huh. All right. How about this? Biddy down. Yeah, I had to bail, bro. 88 down. Solana down. Ripple down. Biddy hourly down. Ripple 4-hour down. Oh my God. Now going out to the daily, no direction on Bitcoin. This is non-directional. But what this is telling you, hang on, my coffee is making me burp for some reason. All right. Look, if, you listening? If, you got it? If this falls to the red zone, then there is a vulnerability to bulls. That's not supposed to exist for a bull. Therefore, the next move is probably sell the next lower high. Me personally, Wayne McDonald, would not sell the break. I would say that's maybe a little bit better than 50-50. Well, that's not good enough for the Wayne. So let it break. What do I care? Let it drop all the way to 81. 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, whatever. Make a lower low. If you do Bitcoin, then it's my prerogative to sell the lower high. I would take the green line and I would extend it forward and use it as resistance. Or I would identify support here and drag it across, so probably closer to 99. And then what? Lower high, lower low. And now this triangle disappears and the new pattern will look like this, like similar to Ripple. Because at one time it was a triangle. I hope you can see that this was a triangle and now it's made a lower high. Right? Well, it had a triangle, then it made a lower low, then it made a lower high, now it's a downtrend. So the triangle goes away and it becomes a downtrend. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want this as an op. I don't want this as an op. I want these opportunities to turn into uptrends or downtrends. And then you got my attention. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Stock market is closed today. Commodity markets are closed today. Now, this really, I mean, I don't know. You can consider this AI. It is, it isn't. I don't know. The thing is, it doesn't understand that the markets are closed today, but it is looking at the charts, and every new candle creates something. So I look at this as consolidation, 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 consolidation. So be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. Okay? Be smart. Okay, I guess I have a couple other things to share. Okay. I need to trade NFP, one of the most volatile events.
US dollar.
All right. I need to relaunch this on YouTube. I want you to use it. If you don't, I'm going to bring it in-house. And only pro members and news scalping members will have access. Or maybe I'll make it for everybody. I haven't decided. But I'll take it off YouTube. If it's just a waste of time, then I'll make it exclusive, right? Make it a benefit for signing up, because then that would be better than me just giving it away for free and nobody cares. I'll give it to people that do care or are paying money. I'll give it to them. Yeah. So whatever. I don't mean to be bitchy. It's just like I want you to use it. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's that. And then the new thing I announced yesterday, officially, now some of you probably have already seen it, but we did this during the annual outlook yesterday. This is AI, and it's reading news articles. The most written about assets right now are around the steel industry because of the merger with U.S. Steel. And, okay, so our AI went to 18 different websites. This is the stock and this is the ADR. It's the same thing. And it read 49 articles on 18 different websites. And read them, analyzed them, understood whether it was a favorable article for the stock or not favorable. So it had to actually think, if you want to call it thinking. And then it did an aggregate of all the mentions and then gave it a score of right now, over the last 7 days, the market, the articles writing about this stock are very negative. It's the market's bias now. Oh, well, what about Swiss franc? What about silver? Well, silver in the last 7 days, right, was mentioned on multiple websites 34 times. Okay, now here's the interesting thing. It usually gets more interest than that. Well, the holidays, right? So it's like, look, there were only 34 articles on 3 different websites this week that talk about silver. And we read them all, and we analyzed them all, and they are moderately favorable for silver prices to go up. And that's been happening since December 22nd. Silver has become less and less bearish and actually a little bit bullish now. But we can go back 90 days and track the market's bias towards silver. Oh my God, look at this. Right? And you're like, that's too far back. Oh, well, then zoom in. So this is not the price of silver. This is the market's bias. This is the 7-day rolling average. This is what the 7-day rolling average was each day going back 90 days. Wee. Dude, so the first one I showed you just gathers the headlines and reads them to you. Okay? This gathers the reports and doesn't just read the headline to you. It reads the article, understands the article, aggregates all the articles from multiple different sources, and creates a market sentiment score, and then continuously updates the score so it's always relevant, but then tracks a history of the market sentiment over time. So it's launched. Pro members have access to it. Scalping members have access to it. And it's going to go on this tab, but I'm waiting for the developer. But if you have the product, there's the link. If you have access to it, it's here. If you don't, you don't. But dude, right? Do you see? So now I would estimate that if you spent 8 hours reading 100 articles on Forex trading, you can now do it in seconds. Okay? Watch this. I am going to read over 100 articles and tell you what the market thinks about Forex. Down, up, down, down, down. Or I should say bearish, bullish, bearish, 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 bullish. Okay? Cool. Ready? Bullish, 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 neutral. Done. Well, what about just my favorites? I can do this. Neutral, bullish, bearish, 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 bullish, 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 bullish. Dude, I just read 100 articles. So you can read 100 articles and try to compete with me. I'm already done. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'll already be ahead of you. You're already a day late because you're not radically changing the way you trade. You're not keeping up. If you're not using TRADARS, you're not keeping up. Look at the detail for non-farm payrolls. If it's less than expected or as expected. And I can go through the history. I can tell you other scalping opportunities in this situation. So if it comes out less than 160,000, there's a scalp on Aussie dollar. There's a scalp on euro dollar. There's a scalp. Well, look, I'm okay with selling Aussie dollar and maybe Kiwi dollar. There is a scalp there. Okay. All right. So cool. Okay. And then I can pull up the history. Here's the history of all the NFPs. Look. The consensus, the actual, and the differential. I remember all these things. No, I don't. I have access to the data. So let's say it comes out greater than 160, which is what I would guess. Okay, show me all of the opportunities on Kiwi dollar. Okay, bearish, bearish. See, I remember. No, I don't. Bearish, bearish. These are the actual charts. Bearish, bearish, right? Before and 2 hours after. 2 hours before, 2 hours after non-farm payrolls. And I can go back years, but now I'm only looking at when NFP was greater than expected. Now I have the entire history and I can tell you very, very quickly. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll and my mouse is fighting with me. Okay, 87.5% chance based on what happened in the past that the 2 hour trend will be down. But you know what? I'm more of a swing trader. So yeah, so let's go out a little further. Let's go out a little further. Let's do a swing trade. So let's look at every non-farm payrolls over the last, year or so, and only look at the charts based on situations in which, the 12-hour is greater, the actual is greater than consensus. 75% chance on that time frame will be down. So we want to look 12 hours before the news and 12 hours after the news. And now we have every iteration of that going back in history. I can do it in seconds. So great. So I think NFP is going to be high, and I want to sell Kiwi. So Kiwi dollar was down, spiked on NFP back in December 24, and then it ended lower 12 hours later. This one dropped like a rock, ended lower 12 hours later. This one dropped like a rock, closed 12 hours later, I should say, right? This one dropped like a rock and then had a big recovery. Whoa. But still closed lower. All right. This one popped and then dropped. Okay. And then this one popped and dropped. So this is like you could scalp it, but then let it run. This one you could scalp it, let it run. This one you could have scalped it, but it would come back, probably knock you out here, but you're still probably okay. This one you could scalp it and let it run. This one you could scalp it, let it run. This one you could scalp, let it run. Oh my gosh! And everybody else guesses and gambles. Now, we don't know if that's going to happen, but at least I can quickly access the charts of every non-farm payrolls, narrow it down to the one that is greater than expected, be able to go through all the majors and tell you which ones and which scalps and swings existed, and then analyze those charts specifically, not waste time doing anything else. There's no way an amateur could even get 10% of that analysis if they spent all day preparing for NFP tomorrow. Takes us, how long did that take? 3 minutes? Dude, like if you don't adapt, you will be left behind. Right? You have an incredible opportunity in front of you to radically change the way you trade. And that's a fact, Jack. So I'm like, let me pull this up. Come on, Google. This is what all the dollar pairs typically do throughout the year. Oh, you're not allowed to look. So if you don't know that kind of stuff, I don't know how you're going to trade. You understand that? That's something basic. I could show you in 1 second. This is what the dollar pairs tend to do throughout the year based on the 5-year and 10-year average. And you're like, oh my God, that might be important. You don't know? Really? How do you trade if you don't know these things? Probably not very well. Now that, again, that's a bitch slap, but I'm trying to make it more of a wake-up call. This is all, millions of dollars been invested into building this technology. Are you in? I hope you're in. Yeah, I hope you're in. Bloomberg charges $2,200 a month. Huh? Do you want artificial intelligence reading hundreds of news articles for you so you don't have to do it? Hi. Yeah. Well, I still get some other things I'm working on. Yeah. And also, I don't want 10,000 people using it. Not anytime soon. To me, it's more of community. So we have coaching courses in community. And I don't want, so I want more people to use it, but I don't want a lot of people to use it. in the beginning, right? So I'd like to improve the community. I'd like to improve the courses. Our coaching is, dude, our coaching is amazing. Okay. Right? Our coaching is amazing, but still can improve. But dude, it's amazing. And then some of these other features are improving and got to make some changes here. But I'd love to be able to say, like, we have fundamentals, we have technicals, we have like news vol, news sentiment, um, headline news, right? So like all that kind of stuff, like news, to be able to analyze all kinds of things, like how big is the move going to be? Is it worth your time? What does the market think about the thing you want to trade? Imagine you were doing your analysis and you're like, hey, I'm interested in silver. You kind of like the fundamentals. You're like, okay, silver, good. Maybe I want to buy some silver. And you notice that silver's on the move today. So you're like, okay, I definitely want to look at it. You pull up the technical radars. You're like, yeah, actually on some time frames, silver looks like it's trying to trend bullish. Check the market sentiment. And you're like, yeah, the market is quite bullish on silver. I'm buying dips. Okay. I would like to be able to, have everything all in one house. Execution, funding, and even be able to offer a way that we can do it for you if you don't want to trade anymore, right? So wouldn't that be cool? So you would have execution, funding, and management. So TRADARS is super amazing, right? And so Mahai, yeah, when I get all that together, for sure. But I'm more focused on you guys than scaling this up fast. No. I'm more interested in our community, using it properly. So instead of giving Google 10 grand, I'd rather invest into new technology and more courses and, all that kind of stuff, right? I'll put it back into the company, not into Google advertising. You see? Yeah. Now, Mahai, you're right. I would, well, you would think I would lose less money if we had more clients. Yeah. But right now, my focus is you. So anyways, that's it. Dude, guys, the markets are closed. Okay. So the process would be to get yourself, right, become a pro member of traders.com. Make sure you use the coupon code and then get yourself a Trader's Way account for the execution. Okay? Analysis, execution. Analysis, performance coaching, execution. You need execution. Okay? Yeah, Lewis, I'm not a fan of affiliate marketing, and I thought about doing it, and I looked at what I have this in the software, and it's not very good. It's getting better, but it's not very good. And then I could go to third-party stuff, which is, but now I'm CEO of a publicly traded company. So now an associated company compliance risk could be a problem. So like, let's say I I do an affiliate program, and then you get some knuckleheads out there like, dude, if you join TRADARS, I guarantee you're going to make 10 times more money, and you'll do it in the first 3 weeks. You should sign up. Use my affiliate code. It's the best thing in the world. And, well, that would be non-compliant. You know, I'm legitimate. So I need to make sure anyone talking about what we do, right, is legitimate too. Right? Okay. So anyway, so yeah, I'll probably shy away from that. If it takes me 20 years to grow traders.com, I'll take 20 years, but I will do it right. And the best way to do it is if I can, right, let me tell you my strategy, and then I'll let you go. My strategy with TRADARS.com is to offer you way more value than I charge. I want you to feel like it's a steal. You're like, dude, I don't know how he does this. I'm getting crazy value, and I can't believe it's not 10 times more money. That's my goal. There's my marketing strategy, Mahai. Now, it might take me longer than just dump a bunch of money into Google ads, but I want every single person to say, I am amazed at traders.com. Just amazed. And that's it. I think that's a pretty good strategy. It's slow, but you'll never go back either. You see? You'll never go back to your old self, the amateur trader. And that's my game. It'll be super slow, but I will win. You will win. We will win. Anybody follow that vision? Or should I just dump $1 million into Google ads and just get a whole bunch of people in quickly? What do you think? Tell me what to do. What would you advise? Build an incredibly valuable, sustainable service that provides significantly more value than the cost to its customers. Or should I dump $100,000 a month and advertise and scale up hard and fast? Yeah. Yeah. So value, guys, that's the secret to success that I've learned as an entrepreneur, as a professional investor. Remember I used to mentor and coach and consult with high-tech startups in the Silicon Valley. I used to work with venture capitalists, and Silicon Valley Bank was a client of mine. I worked with all the major, amazing venture capitalists, but lots of major attorneys, speaking coaches and presentation coaches. My clients included the government of South Korea and the Consulate General of Australia. I learned from all these institutions and these people. If you knew all the major venture capitalists of the Silicon Valley in the 90s, not the ones that invested into dogfood.com, but the ones that are still around and have companies that are leaders of their industry. These are people I hung out with as a young man, as a young leader, and I learned from them. And it's not about scaling, right? Spend $1 million to get 10,000 clients and boom. It's about creating more value than you charge. Every client, right? So I had someone here I was mentoring. He was at my property. He was a drug addict, recovering drug addict. So anyways, so I offered, part of the mentorship was some work. And I just had him digging holes, kind of like that movie, Holes. I had him digging holes in my backyard to plant. I think I bought like 50 gardenias. I'm like, dig holes. Plant the gardenias. So he digs a hole and he puts the plant in. And I said, son, let me tell you the secret of life. Yeah. I want you to dig a $5 hole and charge me $1. This is a true story. It happened just like, I think I can see it right from my window. And he's like, well, what do you mean? I said, look, let's talk about you becoming a success at digging holes. I said, I want you to dig amazing holes for these gardenias. Right? Make them wide, make them deep, fill them with all the stuff that I bought because you could put in fertilizers and like special soils and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, do an extraordinary job at something so simple. I said, most people in life just say, it's just a stupid hole, whatever, dig it, pop the plant in, move on. I said, no. You should take pride in digging holes for me, your customer. I should come back and say, oh my God, dude, you are doing an excellent job. Way better than I could do, way better than I expected. I'm only paying you $1 a hole, but dude, you're doing a great job. And I said, what'll happen is I'll tell all my friends. So you'll do a good job for me, and then you'll do a good job for someone else, and you'll do a good job. And all of a sudden, you're getting more work, even though it's just basic manual labor. Anybody can dig a hole, but nobody digs a hole as good as you. Then all of a sudden, you'll have too many clients. So now you'll have to take on other people, hire your friends to work for you, and you will have to give them the same speech I'm giving you now. You'll have to teach them, even though you're paying $1 a hole, you need to teach them that every hole should have a $5 worth of value. And now you'll have a team of people. I said, you do this for 20 years, it's exponential. You could have a hole digging empire. Do you think you heard a speech like this before? And so it's my philosophy in life that I've been taught in my days by the most sophisticated investors in the world. What's the surefire way of sustainability in a business? Offer significantly more value than you ask. And I hope you see that that's my strategy with you. Instead of dumping money and just getting a whole bunch of strangers to pop in, it's more like we're building a giant community based on value. Yeah. It'll take time. It'll take effort. It'll take sacrifice. But I hope at the end of the day, you feel like you're getting a $5 hole and I'm charging $1. Oh, FX, Killer B. I read it 20 something years ago, maybe 30 years ago. I don't even know if I have my copy anymore. So I don't know. Yeah, sorry. So anyways, look, it's a holiday. Be careful today. You're not going to get the normal volume and volatility. Super risky. I will be at FX Street tomorrow. Tomorrow. So when you go to TRADARS and you go to coaching, and it takes you to webinars, it's on the schedule. Okay, so this is what I'm doing now. And then later today, I'm doing swing trading. Jessica's doing London Open tomorrow. And then I'm doing FX Street tomorrow morning. So you can click here, or if you want, you can open it up first. Okay, so I'll be at FX Street tomorrow morning. Click on a link, and it'll take you there. Now, okay, the interesting thing, maybe I'll change the link so it goes to the streams, is if you are RSVP'd. You see, if you do this, RSVP. See, now I'm attending. Oh, and I just got the email. Did you hear that? Bing, 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 bing. You're going to attend. Okay, great. So here's the benefit of doing that. Tomorrow, 1 hour, so at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow, I'm going to get an email reminder and the direct link. It's going to take me to the YouTube channel, just like that. Isn't that nice? So that's a major benefit. And again, just one last reminder. Yesterday, I did the annual outlook. The recording is here. Okay, this is where we did the presentation, and this is the recording. And cool. Policy changes. Okay, so very cool, right? And one little last detail, please. If you attended live or watched the recording in the last 12 hours, if you enjoyed it, send me an email, wayne@tradars.com. Just a one-sentence thing that you would allow for me to put as a quote. I'm going to send one last email to people that didn't attend and just say, look, these 15 or 20 people or 5 people, I don't know, whatever. These 5 people attended and they thought it was good. You can still sign up to watch the recording and attend all the other ones as well, live. You see? Like one last shout out. If you thought it was valuable and you got at least $51, remember it's actually $50 for 4 webinars. So, right? So if you got at least $12.50 worth of value, then great. Let me know, and I'd love to be able to tell other people that you think, and I'll only use your first name, but Wayne@traders.com, and I'll just say, hey, these people liked it. Maybe you should, last chance. You got 6 more days to watch the recording, and then attend all the other ones live. You know, if you thought it was good. Now, if you thought it sucked or was bad or missed the mark or was confusing, email me too. Give me the negative feedback. Just don't be mean. Okay? All right, cool. Well, I love you, babe, but I got to jump. That was real. Peace on.